I got people who are on drugs, and she 5 times was fired, and I got her job back 5 times. But it's my job. It's almost like being the priest. It's my job to protect. Listen, if you hit the kid, you hit the kid. It is what it is. He needs to not tell a soul about this. Nobody. If nobody brings it up from school, I don't say boo. Okay?
So after a certain point, the cameras are erased.
Exactly. That's why I would never want to bring it up. The longer we wait, the longer there's no camera.
Oh, that
now,
makes
if you
sense.
go to the Hamilton Board of Education and report this, they're gonna call the police and they're gonna call parents and all that. We don't do that. We don't do that here. I'm here to defend even the worst people. But I don't want them coming here with a bunch of lies. I need to know the truth so that we can bend the truth.
Education is a hot topic. There are teacher strikes across the country right now, and Education Secretary Betsy DeVos is challenging the status quo on school choice. Her appointment and her policies have become a lightning rod. The issue at hand is that teachers' unions claim their primary interest is our children. But based upon our past investigations, we had our doubts. And this time, we've raised the stakes. In this series, we'll take on the biggest teachers' union in the country and their leadership. We know AFT President Randy Weingarten is watching us. She actually tried in the courts to stop one of the videos we will be releasing next week. Last month, Project Veritas undercover journalist blanketed the state of New Jersey, visiting dozens of teachers' union offices. We wondered how union leaders would react to claims that teachers were physically and verbally abusing students. What you're about to see is a man who is a union president with a PhD, a leader, not working for the children like the sign above his head says, but working to do what he calls bend the truth and hide a potential crime.
Hi, I'm Dave Perry.
Meet Dr. David Perry, the president of the Hamilton Township Education Association. Dr. Perry has been associated with the district for 27 years, teaching and coaching basketball. Our undercover journalist told Dr. Perry how her imaginary brother-in-law, supposedly a teacher in his district, physically abused a student. The footage you are about to see follows chronologically.
All right, your brother-in-law is a teacher.
Yes.
Teacher or?
Middle school, yeah.
Okay, so he's a teacher, and he doesn't want to come to us for what reason?
Yeah, so, because here's the situation. So he had apparently, a few weeks ago, he had an altercation with a student. And I don't know, what exactly happened, but he was telling me and my sister about it. But, from the sounds of it, I don't know how the kid didn't have bruises, really. But what's weird is that this happened, 3-4 weeks ago, and no one has reported it yet. So, we've been telling him, you need to go to the union, you need to talk to them. And he's like, well, I'm not going to go, I'm not going to just bring attention, and
we're not either.
And he's worried, but I'm like, well, okay, so it's been 3 weeks. So what if the kid, all of a sudden...
They can do it at any time.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I'm not even asking you for your name, and I'm only giving you advice because you look like a nice young lady and you're concerned for your brother-in-law. Because technically we have to talk to him because he's the member who
Exactly.
pays. Okay, but I'm going to tell you what he needs to do, seriously. He needs to come in here and put it on file with me. Nobody else knows. I don't say anything. I don't tell anybody. But he would come in there and tell me exactly what happened, the truth.
Dr. Perry had the chance here to do the right thing. The sign above his head reads, quote, "Families and schools together work for children," unquote. Apparently, the union does not.
Right.
Listen, if you hit the kid, you hit the kid. It is what it is. We, by him coming to us, only protects him down the road. For one, if the parents turn around or the kid goes and tells somebody and the parents come in and then nothing's said or something is obviously said at this point, he would be under our control and he'd have an attorney immediately for free.
Right, because he's a member.
Because he's a member.
Yeah.
So he would get an attorney. I do not want to make an issue of this either. I don't want to say, hey, listen, I got John Smith here, and he punched a kid the last 3 weeks ago, and he's worried about it. No, that's up to them. If it's something was allegedly happened, that's up to them to come forth with it. Eventually, it could, because if your brother-in-law pisses this kid off, again, he may say, well, he did this 3 weeks ago. So he needs to come in here to tell me his side of the story, so we have it ready. And then as soon as I get the call, listen, Dave, you're going to have a HIB report on a teacher who apparently hit a kid or whatever the case may be. Then I already have it. I said I was informed that this is what happened. It might be allegations of this or whatever. And then immediately we would turn over to attorney. So
Okay.
that's my advice to him. He doesn't have to, but I would just say to be on the safe side, if he was to come in here, talk to me, let me know what's going on, so that if it does come up, of course I'm not going to bring it up. That'd be ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at least he's protected and we're ahead of the game. Because he would come in, and I'm not asking you because I don't want to hear from anybody but him if he wants to tell me.
Yeah.
Is to tell me exactly what happened. Is he a non-tenured teacher?
I'm pretty sure he's tenured.
In New Jersey, teachers gain tenure after 4 years. Once they have it, they are protected by a multitude of union rules.
5 years at least?
Yeah.
Okay, then he's a tenured teacher. So to be fired would have to really be something horrific to occur.
Like what?
Beating up a kid where there was blood, raping, sexual conduct.
Okay.
Those kinds of things are things that can be fired. But if this happened 3 weeks ago, I'm going to probably say that the kid forgot about it. Obviously, it's a boy.
He doesn't.
Is it a boy?
Yeah.
I couldn't answer any questions, but I'm trying to get the information to give you the best advice. My best advice for him is if he wants to keep quiet, that's fine. But if it should arise, then we're going through day one. At least now I'll have his statement. Well, I did touch him on his shoulder, or I grabbed him by his arm, but I didn't think nothing of it, or I beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least we know about it, and now I can start getting his defense.
Right.
If it should come up. If nobody brings it up from school, I don't say boo. He's right. You don't want to bring attention to this. You know what I mean? Because obviously it wasn't big enough for that student to complain, I got hurt, I was beaten, I was threatened, I was boomed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless, of course, and I've had this, where the teacher would say, you say anything, I'll kill you.
Well, that's,
Okay, see, damn.
Dr. Perry tells our journalist that the teacher needs to come in so that if the incident is reported, the union can minimize the charges.
He needs to come on file that an incident occurred, and when the school brings it up on me, of course, we're not going to give them that information. In other words, we're gonna bring it down a level. Oh God. Yeah, I'd really. Yeah. You want to bring this down to a lower level. That if anything was to come about, that we would say this was. My argument would be, and I'm telling you what I would do, which again I'm just trying to ease his mind because I'm sure he's nervous. He's upset. I mean, they can go for tenure charges, the whole 10 yards. Is that, yes, Mr. Jones came into me 3 weeks ago, and he told me that there was an incident in school, and he was a little concerned because this kid could be, could be a liar, could say stuff, and didn't want to get blown out. And what Mr. Smith told me was that, yes, he did put him in his seat, or he did pull him, or whatever. But we didn't bring any notions. Don't come back and say that we threatened him. We never threatened him. The kid could have went to anybody. Nobody. These are questions I got to ask him. Did anybody hear him say that? I'll kill you if you tell somebody, or I'll get you. Because if he did that, and there's witnesses, they do what they call a HIB investigation. They'll get the class. See, these are all questions I need to know. But he needs to not tell a soul about this. Nobody. People in school, because they all talk. I don't care if it's his best friend. He needs to keep it with his wife and you, and that's it.
I heard this exact advice when Project Veritas ran a similar investigation in Yonkers, New York, 2 years ago.
And you're just going to smile and suck it up, and you don't talk to anybody. I don't care if it's your best friend. I don't care if the phys ed teacher you went to high school with. You don't tell anybody anything.
All right.
And if I have to hit him in the back of the head if he does, you don't tell anybody.
Unfortunately, we live in a world where teachers abuse children, and it seems union representatives do everything they can to help them get away with it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to strongly advise, and not because I want to know people's business, believe me, I'd rather not have to handle this and let it go away. But the fact that he did say something like that, like if you say something, whatever he said, is a threat. And now the kid's going to turn around and say, well, he threatened me. This way I can say, no. On March 22nd, the day after the incident, Mr. Smith came over to me and told me this is what happened, and we just wanted to put on record so that nothing would come about it.
Oh,
You
so
see what I'm
then
trying
it
to
just
say?
covers you.
It covers him too.
Dr. Perry is saying he would lie to protect the union and the teacher.
It covers him because he came in and reported it right away, and that he was afraid, anything that could happen. But here's what happened. Everything else is unless some other kid or another teacher heard it, or he opens his mouth and he's telling, oh my God, I just hit Dave Perry and I threatened him. And of course they might bring a teacher in or whatever if that teacher squeals on him, unless they're really close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the fact that if he comes in, it's private. Nobody knows anything. We talk like this. I just put it on a file and it stays with me.
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, I think that having just the idea of having it in a file is what makes him nervous, that he would have a record attached to his name.
Well, there's a record in his defense. What I put in there is strictly what he tells me. So when he comes in here, and I'm going to tell him what to say, basically. In other words, if you threaten a kid, you didn't threaten a kid. You said, knock it off or else.
Dr. Perry says he would help the teacher formulate a story, a lie, in order to protect himself. But Dr. Perry may be violating New Jersey law. The state's Department of Children and Family website states very clearly, quote, in New Jersey, any person having reasonable cause to believe a child has been subjected to abuse or acts of abuse should immediately report this information, unquote.
Yeah.
But if he actually said, knock it off or I'll kill you or I'll beat the shit out of you or I'll hurt you or I'll hurt your family, we don't say that. It's a mistake. It was out of the emotions. We don't even log that in. But if we log it now and somebody calls me, oh yeah, I would, HR would call me and say, listen, we're going to do a heavy investigation. We had a kid, went to his mother, the parents are complaining now that this teacher threatened him, his whatever the case may be. Okay, I got this, but I'm going to let you know right now, he came in the day after. Even though he didn't, I would say he did. And the only record that this is stays here.
Yeah.
It's only for my proof that he was here. And I'll show him what I write. I'm not going to write.
So it would be a record.
It's not even a record. It's a piece of paper with a file
in
on it.
defense of him.
Absolutely. I would never.
So it wouldn't be like a mark on his record.
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. I would never hurt a union member.
Okay. That
Now,
makes
if you
sense.
go to the Hamilton Board of Education and report this, they're gonna call the police and they're gonna call parents and all that. We don't do that. We don't do that here. I'm here to defend even the worst people. God forbid if a child, and I hate to keep using this, was sexually mistreated, and a person came and say, listen, Dave, I made a mistake. First of all, I'm going to be pissed off because you don't do that. But it's my job. It's almost like being a priest. It's my job to protect.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by sexual misconduct? Because he touched her hair? It's not sexual. Was it right? No. But you see, you get it down to the lowest level possible.
Dr. Perry seems to be suggesting that he would not only help cover up physical abuse, but sexual abuse as well.
Okay.
So my advice that you can give him is I would come and see me. And listen, if he doesn't want it on record after what he tells me, so be it. But I don't want him coming here with a bunch of lies. I need to know the truth so that we can bend the truth.
Dr. Perry says the teacher needs to tell him the truth so he can bend it.
Okay.
I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm here to defend. No matter the worst teachers in the world, I have defended.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was like a physical...
It was bad?
Yeah, like a physical skirmish.
Slap, punch?
Yeah, I mean, I think the kid, maybe bruises and...
Okay, but we're 3 weeks past it, and it hasn't been reported. So those bruises are
no one's called.
So the bruises are going away, which is a good thing. But he's scared, he's going to say. I can only advise you. You know what I mean? But at least you know with me, it's not going anywhere but between him and I. And if I had to, it would go to an attorney. Free. He would need, because if it ever got to that point, you're going to need an attorney.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And this way we're in defense. But the fact that if he comes to me tomorrow, I'm going to date it back to the day after the incident. And he was upset. He was worried. He did shake the kid. So if they said there was bruises, there was bruises where? I got to ask him where he hit him. Mm-hmm. And I said, because he was trying to put him back in the seat because he was getting physical. And he was telling, we reverse it onto the kid.
Dr. Perry says he would backdate the report and then, without a bit of remorse, says he would reverse the assault charges onto the child.
Okay, yeah.
That's my job. It's not a good job, but it's my job and what I have to do.
It's
and for
not
people
pleasant,
who actually
but
snap one time and lose it, I can do that because I get it. It happens 2-3 times. I still have to defend the people. I got people who are on drugs, and she 5 times was fired, and I got her job back 5 times.
oh wow.
So, and I'm not patting myself on the shoulder. It's just the way I work. And I'm pretty good at what I do with HR to keep it out of lawyers' hands so we don't get our names in the paper. You know, even the ones we get in the paper, we get that resolved. I don't know if you saw the one that was shoplifting.
Right.
We took care of her. Boom, got her job, didn't lose anything. So I'm here to defend.
Yes, you heard that right. Dr. Perry was boasting that he was successful keeping the job for a teacher who was fired 5 times for drugs, and another that was caught stealing. The identity of these teachers need to be revealed. Here's the email and the phone number for Dr. Perry and the NJEA state headquarters.
But he needs to not tell anybody a thing. This has got to be down the river. And that's why you say, listen.
I don't think that I think that he's only just told us. Like, I'm 99.9% sure.
I pray to God that because then they have nothing. And the longer it goes, the better off it is. And if nobody ever brings it up, nobody ever brings it up. But if this kid brings it up 9 months from now, oh, no. I have the record right here. He came in, and then we would say what happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Because my defense would be, well, this kid is saying it now, 9 months after the fact. Why? Because he gave him a bad grade? You know, and now he's saying not to say anything. That's bullshit. I mean, there's a lot of things we could do. I just need to hear the truth from him so that I can know what to do. Because if there was a witness or there was a camera, we know. But I think, see, that's why he wants to keep it quiet, because the cameras, I think, in another week, they go away, okay?
So after a certain point, the cameras, are erased.
Exactly. That's why I would never want to bring it up. The longer we wait, the longer there's no camera. If it happened in a hallway, or if it happened outside on the playground, or in the cafeteria, there are cameras. In a classroom, there's not. That's illegal.
Okay.
And were there students there? Was there a teacher around? Did he tell anybody else? You know what I mean? Like, who knows this? Because when we go in there, we don't want to get caught in a lie, but we could bend the truth if it's that kid's word and your brother-in-law's word. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it might have been like in a hall, kind of outside near a walkway. But probably there was cameras.
Well, I would go look to where it was in the walkway to see if there was a camera there and all that before I open it. But I'm not doing anything until I hear something from HR. Not a thing.
Well, how long do they usually keep the camera footage?
Some are a couple weeks,
month or something?
A month. No, I don't think it's more than a month.
Oh, wow. So the time is almost passed.
And we got break coming up. That's what's really nice, because nobody's going to be looking. And if this kid can't remember the date, I'm not giving them a date.
What I was really worried about is him losing his job and all that.
He could.
You think he could?
Well, depending on the degree of what he did. I don't know what he did. If he beat the out of the kid, then you could lose your job and tenure. You lose your teaching certificate. That's why he needs to get in here. Because the sooner he's in here, the sooner he is protected. Listen, I'm talking the worst scenario. Literally beating the out of a kid and threatening to kill him. You could lose your teaching certificate in the state of New Jersey. Plus, it's a crime.
Well, yeah, but if the kid didn't report it, and
okay, if they don't report it, then we got nothing. We got nothing. I don't say nothing. He don't say nothing. Kid don't. We go through next year, and it's forgotten.
Yeah, and after another 1 to 3 weeks for sure, the cameras will be gone anyway.
So it's just going to be his word against the boy's word.
Yeah.
Propaganda comes in various forms. It used to be if you questioned the unions, you were attacking the children. But the truth doesn't always abide with socially constructed and accepted propaganda. Shattering the union's narrative that they're all about the children is an uncomfortable truth. The words of Alexander Solzhenitsyn ring true. Truth is seldom pleasant, it is almost invariably bitter. The unions would argue they're protecting the institutions that protect the children. but their actions and words here are corrupt. The institutions are not the same thing as the children. Teachers' unions are interested in protecting themselves. It would be nice if Dr. Perry were just one bad apple, an isolated incident. That is certainly what we will hear, but don't believe it. And if you do, then watch the rest of this series.